Esa papa obiagia tu. Bibia befebia enwa. Esa papa nie.
No hangover. Eti and wine. Peter's kukunini. Esa papa don't papa.
Hola.
Passion. Ya kona don't papa.
Hola.
Passion. Everybody lift up your glasses.
Esa papa nie.
Everybody lift up your glasses. Don't papa just see me test, yeah. Pass you garlic me test. Don't pass you me test, they rock.
The party has just begun.
Yeah, gonna don't papa.
Hola.
Pass you. Yeah, gonna don't papa.
Hola.
Pass you.
One for the dawn, two for the passion. Esa papa obiagia tu. Bibia befebia enwa.
Esa papa nie. No hangover. Eti and wine. Peter's kukunini. Esa papa don't papa.
Hola.
Passion. Yeah, gonna don't papa.
Hola.
Passion. Everybody lift up your glasses.
Esa papa nie.
Now I know a change gonna come. Whoa.
Ghana is in crisis. Ghana needs change. But how do we make it happen?
What we're up against is not going to be easy, but with your support, Ghana will work again.
Support the man who can bring about change, Nana Akufo-Addo. Log on to iamfornana.com. Download the I Am For Nana app on Google Play Store and sign up. Next, choose amount to donate. Then select payment method and enter payment details and hit the donate button towards change. I am for change. That's why I'm donating now.
I am for Nana. I am donating now. Ghana is ready for change. Donate for change. $1, £1, or €1 a day can send them away.
Join me. Join the MPP. We can do it. God bless you. God bless God.
Now I know a change gonna come. Whoa.
Ghana is in crisis. Ghana needs change. But how do we make it happen?
What we're up against is not going to be easy, but with your support, Ghana will work again.
Support the man who can bring about change, Nana Akufo-Addo. Log on to iamfornana.com. Download the I Am For Nana app on Google Play Store and sign up. Next, choose amount to donate. Then select payment method and enter payment details and hit the donate button towards change. I am for change. That's why I'm donating now.
I am for Nana. I am donating now. Ghana is ready for change. Donate for change. $1, £1, or €1 a day can send them away.
Join me. Join the MPP. We can do it. God bless you. God bless God.
Hey, and that's a beer. Madam Makogana. Travel agent for him cry to say cry what you want to see. One day, Papa.
Although, open to cry and I won't country. Wow. Mammy come from out MV First Travel Limited for. Mammy Sispio. You say a MV First Travel Limited for. One way very, very, very good. So, Professor DB, if you cry, a community happening, did you or my Ghana? Wow. Bank of Fire, I'm disappointed you. I mean, sure, what watching for the year? One chin, you're crying. Opa, I mean, for 1 hour for a month. One that's on will be this house. 1 hour for 0208 279 8599. I repeat again 0208 279 8599. And I'm Yabantina because 07931 672 984. Sanso open one email at mvfirsttravel@gmail.com and I say info@mvfirsttravel.com.
Hey, although me da sipa, mommy from Cecilia na omo book me na pesa me call them.
You have reached Npp First Travel, specialist in flight and package holidays to Freetown, Accra and Liberia, plus providers of low-cost fares to the USA, Africa and the rest of the world. Please press 1 for sales or 2 for account.
Mr. Shaw, can I help?
Hey, Odo. Edamo yopo.
I told you so. Samika Show, MV First Travel, Unia and Kobe Bibia. From na one more yet that the Anuma Ampa. What do you? Esandawaba, Yopo.
the station your neighbors listen to, whether they want to or not.
Ghana for your brace dear. Obin Chirakoda Yame, ye two for now and tia. Okwan tia swans you, ya swansan, ya swans you, ya swansan. Kewasitemu, not to have a boy near, Kewasitemu, not to have a bandage, ya swans you, ya swansan, ya swans you, ya swansan. Kewasitemu, not to have a bar, Kewasitemu, not to have a bar. I fear about we, so be masika, Sekotuaba Manoa, Odieje, not doing who ye say, Sikana Wajeno, na Hikrana Bidi, Adidara Naye. Nanya di preko adani druwa kona kotwa dwen ye bodu yakura anya di yebenya ye bodu yakura anya di yebenya okromfa kofa okromfa kowia me no nya adwene a enchese atamfo me no nya adwene a enchese atamfo ntahafo mpo obi ane na adwen ntahafo that's one son Kewasitemu, not to have a boy near Kewasitemu, not to have a bandage. That's when you, that's one son, that's when you, that's one son. Kewasitemu, not to have a bar, Kewasitemu, not to have a bar. It's your turn, you are dear Chi, a cold drum unity, yenim dear bar, no ada, no Akovisanka, I am Shisheti, even about Pampers, a hope of punty. Even in Benya area, a home of punty. Even in Baba Pampers, no propaganda. Bad politicians, they want to use our own money, buy our conscience. Don't allow them, it's insulting.
Yeah, you know, Mr. May. Nobody want to Lureka. You're doing the Mukinga. Kabari wane do kukudi erureka ndeza akajeka vote use akarika nde wane baka kudu kakabikachi amaka kabari wane erureka kaduba zamanka tukunaka vote
show them red card show them
yeah ina musulmai
teach them lesson
yo gana ngada mukinga kabari wane tucheka kaduba zamanka
one nation
From Paki, Jacke
to Blanco, de Takrodi,
de Adinta in Accra,
Asokori, Ikumase,
de Bukum,
also in Accra, Isao, yes, of the Kumasi Road, Aquapi, everywhere. Manu. Zemina yi passe.
I promise to be faithful and loyal to God and my Lord. I pledge myself to the service of the Lord with all my strength and with all my heart. I promise to hold in my
The station your neighbors listen to, whether they want to or not.
Kokuroko adepache okuapeni deshi ofia buri inkukirenku ananansa nana kuku Spencer watena gwam ewo Naspa Radio London odi ofiensam eretua Ghana fo ewo Ngresi amayosama ekire baabi omenyi yeginan ewo political show a edem befua amayosam de yerechichire oman enti yetia ni yete no kwasem okuapeni deshi kuku Spencer pe ana asuafo ne abofo egena tom saabiri so okuapeni buewano namo ofiensam to amanfo Ngresi sani oman gina bewote ene baabi yereko amayosam ana political de se wuritie Naspa Radio na okwati kuku Spencer dia na obua waso etie nsama enye nokware ade achi bio onyame de se kronkron kuku Spencer aso nyina yedin eretie wo wona wo ka yensam ewa tifi anofuo apuei ene mfimfiri fam na omanfo a ewo Ngresi etifie nsam enti nede kuku Spencer nti Ghana esi London Naspa Radio kuku Spencer aso nyina eretie wo yemam ache emam akwaba eba Naspa Radio.
Give me some.
Yango. Na. Ebetu Ebenezer na. In fact Ebenezer Now to say Hallelujah Ready. Okay, thank you so much. I saw the video to Infa. Npp Radio live in UK. And I pay me the same money here. And cry. We are for the What to pay wire crado. But it's a penny from video. That's here about 35 minutes past half 11. Of course, Jumadi one no man no in and pass 7 pay. Remember when you know Aquaba. Little America for one pay more to say. Sorry. When you got your sorry. I be Juma. That's say. Sans on a pay my men for na say more day kasi pa come Canada for more to say Canada for to say Bichicho na Etiaba In fact my belande it is a penny bro Hana utia ukuma to ye me boy. I don't pay respect to you. Bichichamo. Manchester for what to say. Manchester for Remember Muninache. Memory there bay Mubehumi or Manchester. Bichiamo. Sans on pay by me for Nasika more day come Abawa radio away English room Abawa to say which you no pay be abokode what don't for Mugabe which you na Sans we be o me for Nasika say more day and come Golden Radio Ulster memo and pay Mamuna chu to mesa Yongopa FM our London Chroma and pay must want to say Mamuninache, Yonkopa FM. I hear radio, America, and I see a day. I hear Bibi Abokode, Chichamo, Oxy FM 98.5 Accra. And I pay the Mamuninache, Mamuna Koba. While Tim and Kawa, we are for the United Sujaman for Chichamo. May that's it. What is here? All the serious note starts here. Last Saturday, it's Friday night. Nana Akufo-Addo, Asia Npp, the young executive. Tina dance, beautiful one, well organized. I was there myself. Yeah, course, so someone Nana Akufo-Addo down Kwaka, you know. Full speech. I wouldn't actually want to pay. Hey, be anawati. But one thing is not Naspa, you want to know. Bachro Sansuno Ken Oforiata Eswedin Komo Elho Npp Chairman UK and Ireland Mike Wansan also to the room with you and also Bachro oh my Ghana oh my Payne oh Dijuma talking about His Excellency John Dramani Mahama oh Dijuma I'm on my Ghana for of course, by riding motorcycle. But Obi raising concern be as cook into who say MPP for us every day bia ye say an Roberts akwa attack won. An Roberts akwa attack won. Undi ni say eye boapa yo bi say party bi share chi e na wo mo ye say ne mane ya na. Na wo kra also take I was say no said na wo better say MPP ni. Enche biara and an Roberts kwa attack e. Ye nua ba kwa say mi wa hwe ne nkwa. Ya. Enei but my member soundbite we na membra soundbite is a kaya from Nanado Dankwa Ekufu Ado bra Oshia the young executive war MPP mu UK and Ireland na wamo di wonjuma na afiedu na wonso wofo say omanpanyin na say one flag bearer akono dia that is say woko ngachi na wo the full force etanachi Juma womu die yekupuya no enseme pu mu ho nyina no let's start by Ken Oforiata ono nensema okan ho no yenti na yembra Jack
let's give that another $10,000 campaign every day every week another 20,000 and then our candidate is very clear that the end game the D-Day is important so that's another 10,000 so this minimal budget gives us $60,000 per constituency times 275 constituencies, and the base amount that we need. And so we need to jump at this and be able to support the constituencies and the presidential candidate to make sure that victory does not elude us in this election that we are having. So we are here to launch the international fundraising campaign, at least for the UK. And we did this in Ghana on April 13th, where Nana himself launched it. And there were 3 or 4 platforms. In Ghana, there was a 12012, which is you call in each day and, a CD or so is taken from your units. And that is ongoing and being promoted. Then we develop a credit card application, which you download to your phone, and then you are able to make contributions in CDs or dollars or euros or pounds. And Alex already has that. A few of you have downloaded it. And that's really going to be important to be able to contribute on a regular basis. He will demonstrate that to you. Then we also started launch a scratch card, where when you buy the scratch card, let's say 10 CDs, immediately you load it. 5 CDs comes to the company, to the party. That's 50% of it, and 50% is airtime for you. And that is proving to be very effective. So I was in America last week, and yesterday we were also able to sign a contract for the US people with a telephone company that would enable people from the US side to call in, get their units through, and a certain proportion will be taken to the party's account. It's something we can look to here. And then we have the cluster system where any one of you will have 5 friends who will contribute regularly together, and you will be the cluster leader for that group. So these are sort of the 4 platform models that we are launching to make sure that everybody can contribute, according to their capacity. So please, we're going to increase our publicity of the radio stations so that you know exactly what to do. But, we are not looking to get power for power's sake. There are real reasons why the government has to change. And because our walls are broken and it is not a pretty sight. When you move from a situation where even the amount of money you pay in interest for the nation is greater than the debt we left them in 2009 you know you have a big problem. When you go to the IMF page, and Ghana has about 12 waivers for things we're supposed to do, that is a very fine way of telling you that we have failed in fulfilling the contract that we agreed with them on. When you have about 300,000 people between the age of 13 and 18 failing in either GHS or SSS, you know you have a problem for the future. And that is not the Ghana that we know, that we are proud of. And so it's beyond NPP, it's beyond Nana, it's beyond all of us to really find out what we can do to support this cause. And you would know when you are not doing well. One of the French philosophers, Voltaire, used to say that you are guilty of the good you do not do. So right in your heart, looking at your nation, you have to determine to contribute to this exercise to make sure that we have a change, we get our train back on the rails, and we move in a way that is the Ghana that we know. And we are fighting hard with the resources we have. I was in the Volta region during the limited registration, and thank you very much. Is it the Volta region? Okay, great. I was in the Volta region during the limited registration and got to a town called Matrikasa. Just before I got there, some police people had come and moved the equipment for the limited registration, moving towards the border. And our great chairman, Amewu, drove his car, blocked them, and managed to get them to return it to, to where. Now, some time ago, Volta region, you wouldn't dare do that. And it's not only his courage, but you can see a true wave of change where people are questioning that is this really the Ghana we know? Is this the Ghana we want? And so don't be left behind in joining this to bring this change. Because if you don't step up, other Esthers will be found to fill that hole. And you won't be part of this, what Nana calls famous or historic victory that is about to occur. So I encourage you not to be timid about it. Let's have the courage and power and love for our country. And really, we need the resources to be able to prosecute this agenda. And I just would ask all of you, in your own way, through these various platforms, to participate. You can also give things in kind, and we have a lot of what we call medical outreaches, so you can find ways of bringing that. Some people are bringing used clothes. That is also something that we need.
Okay, thank you so much, Ken. Ofori ata ena motini nkano otuchechimu nyama omudi egwa kwemu for election 2016. Abusia obibeka wonu se danado do nua ni busu ni papa wote ofori ata na hu se ba bi fiba. But ogbo adwuma ohwede ne ye nyama oye ena ne ahombrase a hu sampa ahombrase de mbetuma kase ahombrase ye papa na ebusuya no pese ba am kakra minim wono ahombrase de wo mo bi papa December in some kind of mufo enyo victory for Nana Akufo-Addo, as he said, say a change obeso bia there and then a dom and as bia did a batam such a was changing the bar ubo you were part of it and a match change at a buyer. Wow, yet the chairman himself Michael answer on also UK dano yet we are now yet Nana Akufo-Addo dan cause some of the two Michael,
honorable special guest of honor, NPP 2016 presidential candidate Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, First Lady in Waiting, Mrs. Rebecca Akufo-Addo, distinguished guests, members of parliament, NPP parliamentary candidates for 2016 elections, NPP UK executives, NPP national executives, the chairman of the NPP Campaign Fundraising Committee, Mr. Kenneth Oriata, chairman of YEF, executives of YEF, members of YEF, members of Npp UK, and ladies and gentlemen. I want to thank you all for your show of tremendous support for the work of Npp UK, especially in this election year. This is a defining year for our nation, and I want to thank you for your support. I want to thank you also for your concern for our nation, Ghana, because out of that concern stems your support for a political party, for a political tradition that wants to establish a democratic nation, that wants to build a prosperous nation, that wants to take Ghana out of the ravages of poverty and such wanton destruction that the NDC has thrust us into, and redeem the people of Ghana. Thank you for your support. Our nation is sadly facing a very grave situation. This is a very grave moment in the history of Ghana. We face a historic choice come November or December 2016. We've seen bad government like we have never seen before in our 57, 58 years of history. We've seen bad stewardship of our economy. Every economic indicator that one can care to look at is sinking and sinking fast. We are facing an impoverishment of our people, 27 million Ghanaians, like we have never seen before. What is required is change, real change, real 180-degree change, for us to turn to face a different direction, a new direction of hope, a new direction of renewal, a new direction that our nation deserves. And that new direction is going to be given to us under the presidency of Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. This political party offers something very simple. We want to lead this change, not for the sake of leading, not for the sake of forming a government, but for the sake of the youth of Ghana, for the sake of generations of Ghana who have suffered and struggled under this NDC government. We want to usher in a new era for Ghana, a new beginning, a new birth. That is what we seek. Npp UK has been on a path to support our party back home. Today, we've reached a membership, a milestone of over 1,000 members, Npp in the UK, and that is a huge effort. We thank you. Today, we have over 10 chapters across the UK. We're deepening our membership to wherever Ghanaians reside here in the UK. We're mobilizing resources. We're mobilizing funding. We're mobilizing logistics. Yes, and we're building a team of volunteers who are going to be trained, ready, prepared, police the ballot, and help our candidates in this election effort. Our campaign strategy is very simple. It's focused on supporting our presidential campaign, our presidential candidate Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo and his running mate Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia. It's focused on activities that will deliver a majority in Parliament. We have come out, we're going to be supporting 10 marginal target constituencies. We started working with them. I've sat and looked in the face of these parliamentary candidates. They are hungry, they are ready, they are prepared to work to win these seats. Across all the length and breadth of international branches of Npp, this branch stands supreme in fielding up to 10 candidates in the forthcoming 2016 elections. And I want to thank you for that. We're going to be supporting a number of special projects. Agenda for Change. We're working with the youth in the Volta region, again, to police our borders, to ensure that there is no fraud in the election, and to ensure that the vote in the Volta region will also increase our presidential vote there. We're supporting Nasara to build our reach into the Zongo areas, to build our reach into the northern regions of Ghana. And this effort is working hand in hand with the National Nasara Coordinator, and we are working on that. My whole purpose in this is for us to win this election. And Npp UK, we are working tirelessly from now till the election to ensure that we can support our party to form the next government. But tonight, I want us to hear this man of vision. I want you to feel the pulse of what drives him. I want you to feel the energy that he has, the vision that he has, the ideas that he has, why he's standing for office, and why you and I should campaign tirelessly to see him elected. I want to introduce you to our 2016 presidential candidate, a man who has consistently supported this branch. He's attended several of our functions. He's a leader of note, a man of unmatched credentials, a campaigner for human rights, a standard bearer for the defenseless, a champion of social justice, a man who has a deep understanding of the plight of our people, a man who has a deep empathy with the suffering of Ghanaians, deep appreciation of what it takes to transform our nation and to rescue and to unlock the potential that will propel our nation to growth and prosperity. Yes, he's a man of integrity, one who passionately wants to reinforce what I can only describe as the pillars of integrity, left crumbling under the weight of corruption of this Mahama administration. He is a man of vision, one who can point to the future and lead the 27 million Ghanaians who want to see real hope into that land of our destiny. He wants to build a strong, transformed economy, an economy that is attractive, competitive, and that will have sustainable growth. He wants to build jobs for our teeming youths, an education system that will be the pride of Africa, an infrastructure base that will make our nation attractive once again to investment, to partnerships, to development that our people need. He is destined to lead our nation. He's destined to win the 2016 elections. He's destined to be the next president of the Republic of Ghana.
Well, thank you so much. Why the chairman himself, Michael Ansa, and at Motini Kano, say Ononso, a did name some the young executive, D. Wong, when we want dinner and dance, because pa in Konya Ekuprasimi. And I pay Minabema Elf Demo answer me, Naneku for the Dankwa speech in Rabano. Masaji Sako de Elf Demo, Mamma Kwaba, na day via Juma Monday, de Biamunim, Juma de. Onto adwuma onipa na ho de sisi kwabrafo no bredi bibia mu okọ adwuma no afa ha no abekasa no okọ oya de Richard it is
yaku anapa me hoye
bibia boko de
boko
na adwuma mu
se ne uhumi de na se adwuma me boko
wa Richard sako de am say ukobi mpefu kasa but me pese me bonanado de wie na se onya kwa ha hit kakra
de ekwanda ho
de you're for the chairman of the Kano. Me master de as na onya kwa kasa wow they say my mention na me fa na Ekufuado dankwa the sunede no embra na yina etie
Jack Uchi Naspare
UK branch chairman Michael Ansa, Ms. Spouse, Rosemary Ansa, YEF Chairman Alex Dade, Mrs. Caroline Dade, the MPP Fundraising Committee Director, Kendo Foriata, my good friend, Bernardo Usu, honorable members of Parliament and parliamentary candidates, the Ashanti Regional Chairman, and Tribuasiako want to me. Executives of the UK and the other overseas branches who are here, members of the MPP, members of the YEF, fellow Ghanaians, friends, ladies and gentlemen, and most important of all, my lady Rebecca. I have to thank the leaders of YEF UK and the organizers of this event for this invitation to my wife Rebecca and I to be part of this evening's ceremony. We're coming to London from a meeting with the MPP and the Ghanaian community in Bologna, Italy. And it's really good to be back in London, which at various stages of our lives has been a temporary home to the two of us. We're not strangers here and are pleased to be back. I don't want to introduce a sad element into what should be a happy evening, but I do have a duty to perform. In the last year, we have lost several of our colleagues, beginning with the senseless assassination of the dynamic Upper East Regional Chairman of our party, Adams Mahama, and then of the Honorable J.B. Danko Edu, Member of Parliament for Abuakwa North. We've seen the sad departure of Otanka Obeche Bilamte, one of the outstanding figures of our party, and also of Ben Kwao, the acting regional chairman of the Western region, lately of the Honorable Peter Prepra, Member of Parliament for Abetifi and others. I want you to join me to stand up and observe a minute's silence in their memory and gratitude for the work they did for our party and our nation. May their souls and the souls of all the faithful departed rest and abide in the bosom of the Lord until the last day of the resurrection, when we shall all meet again. Amen. I have to begin by thanking you, the YEF, for all the constant support you give not only to the UK branch, but to the party as a whole. God bless you all. And I know that your sacrifices will not be in vain.
Jack, Uti Naspa Radio. Hi.
Tonight we've seen an impressive turnout. And I believe it is a sign of the importance that all of us attach to this year's elections. Important because despite all the desperate spin the Mahama government is putting on its period of office, we know that Ghana is not in a good place, and that we have an opportunity this year, in peace and dignity, to put her in a better place. Our agriculture is in decline. It grew at the rate of 0.04% last year. For all the protestations of the government apologists, we are indeed importing plantain and onions into Ghana today. Those who don't believe me should go to the markets of Techiman, or Kumasi or Sunyani, and find out the truth. Indeed, when Kufuor left office in 2009, the food import bill of Ghana was $600 million. Today, it's $1.5 billion. Our industry is in decline, growing at 9%, when it was growing at 15% in Kufuor's last year in office. Manufacturing is at a negative 2% growth. Mining, negative 3.8% growth. Banking lending rates are now at 33% and above in Ghana. Inflation as of April 2016, 18.7%. Unemployment is rampant and widespread. Business failures are unheralded. And electricity tariffs are beyond the ordinary household budget and destroying many businesses. Cost of living is astronomically high for the ordinary Ghanaians. But you already know much of what I'm saying because your relatives and friends and relations are telling you what is going on at home. Our people are having a difficult time as their living conditions continue to deteriorate. All this is a direct result of the mismanagement, incompetence, and corruption of the Mahama government. The president doesn't like us to use the word incompetent to describe him and his government. Yet I cannot think of any other word which is appropriate. I want to give you two examples. A week ago, his finance minister, Seth Tekbe, announced boldly to the world that he intends to tax allowances and investment income for pensioners. There was a public uproar. And predictably, with his eye on the election, the president disowned his finance minister and said that no such action was going to be undertaken by his government. If that's not confusion and incompetence, I don't know what is. Again, last week, amidst great fanfare, His Excellency the President commissioned the Commander Sugar Factory with very lofty objectives, including treading in the footsteps of the legendary Kwame Nkrumah. 2 days later, the factory closed down, allegedly for maintenance. We were told by the Central Regional Minister, Ricketts Hagan, that in order, quote, for the plant to operate properly, there are certain steps that must be followed, and the closure for maintenance is just one. 5 days later, on 7th June, the Director of Communications of the Trade Ministry, Nana Akresi Sapon, rejected reports that the facility was shut down after it was commissioned by President Mahama. He indicated that haggling of the producer price has been concluded with the farmers and that sugarcane was now going to be bought at 90 cedis per ton, a jump from the initial price of 60 cedis. 2 days later, the 9th of June, the Minister himself for Trade and Industry, Dr. Ekwo Spiogabra, absolved management of the Commander Sugar Factory of any blame in the quick shutdown of the facility. He said the shutdown is due to difficulties in access to direct power from the Electricity Company of Ghana. Abba. Abba, indeed, Abba. And this is the way our country is being run today. I hope some of you had the opportunity to see the excellent analysis of the project that was done by Alan Chematin. It's on all the things. And it tells you that we have people in Ghana who are capable of running and giving this country a first-class government. It's time we put them to work. This is the reason why there's this widespread demand for change in our country today. Within the politics of contemporary Ghana, the NPP is the most effective instrument for democratic change. And I want all, inside and outside the NPP, all who are desirous of change, to come on the broad backs of the elephant and help push the elephant into Jubilee House so that all of us together can put our country into a better place. We're going to restore integrity into our public life, into the holding of public office. And public office is no longer going to be a platform for the brazen theft of public funds. That is going to come to an end when we come into office. Public office is going to be exactly that, public service, public office. And I've said it before and I'll repeat it. Those who are going to come into government, if by the grace of God we win, must understand that they are coming to give public service. Those who are coming there to make money, they should stay in the private sector. There'll be a lot of opportunities for them to do so. We're going to build a Ghana that works. A Ghana where there are jobs for our young people, where our people do not defecate in the open. A Ghana which is fit for the 21st century. That's our program. We have, I humbly believe, a vision and a program of action that is broadly reflective of the concerns of the vast majority of Ghanaians, and around which we can stimulate the rapid development of our nation. What's our vision? It is to transform our economy from being an exporter of raw materials and retailer of cheap imported goods to a modern industrialized one focused on value-added production activities. That's the overarching object of the next NPP government. And this is going to go hand in hand with improving the productivity of our agriculture so that we can feed ourselves and diversify the cash crops we can export. We will no longer rely solely on cocoa, but also on the production and marketing of other cash crops, such as cotton, coffee, oil palm, cashew, and maize. The unfolding Ivorian example of a neighboring country with many of the same characteristics as our own is a compelling one for us in Ghana. The current annual export value of Ivorian agriculture is $12 billion, whilst that of Ghana is $2 billion. Our new status as a producer and exporter of petroleum offers us the opportunity to create in our country a petrochemical industry, which includes monetizing our gas to create a multi-billion-dollar gas feedstock industry. Our project is to make Ghana a regional production and manufacturing center by weaving together our numerous natural resources, such as our food, produce, extensive cash crops, gold, bauxite, iron, oil, and gas, with our talents and energy to turn our nation into an economic powerhouse in West Africa and beyond. And it is this twin track of rapid industrial expansion and increase of agricultural productivity that is going to generate the hundreds of thousands of jobs our young people need. The framework in which this is going to take place is that we're going to shift the paradigm by stimulating production, expanding the productive capacity of our economy, and creating jobs. We are, first of all, to establish an environmental policy that will lead to the effective management of our forest reserves, the recovery of millions of acres of land devastated by open cast and alluvial mining, and the protection of our water bodies. Protecting our environment is a necessity, not an option. As our manifesto stated in 2012, we're going to introduce and improve upon existing skills training programs to give our young people, including those who fail by the education system, the practical skills they need to get a job, as well as to help drive a new industrialized economy. In partnership with the private sector, we're going to facilitate and support rapid development of skills, including establishing apprenticeship training schemes for graduates from our vocational and technical schools. We're going to have to put in place an effective legal framework to anchor our fiscal discipline. We're going to pass a Fiscal Responsibility Act that is going to require governments to declare and commit to a fiscal policy that can be monitored. It would include fiscal rules, including rules governing election year spending, provisions for transparency and sanctions, including sanctions on the executive itself. The time has come to bring accountability to local governments through competitive politics. The election of DCEs at the local level can no longer be delayed. This is going to give a great boost to local initiatives and local self-reliances. We're going to appoint an independent special prosecutor with a legislative mandate to deal with corruption and who will be empowered to tackle corruption. My approach is going to be different from that of John Mahama. It is not going to be tax, borrow, and spend. My priority will be to reduce the cost of doing business, to help small-scale enterprises grow, and to make the Ghanaian economy become globally competitive. We're going to provide tax incentives for increasing productivity. We are opposed to government measures that cripple businesses and cause unemployment. My intention is to reduce corporate tax rate, abolish VAT on financial services, remove duties on the importation of raw materials and manufacturing equipment to stimulate the growth of the private sector, amongst other fiscal incentives. And an enhanced employment tax credit scheme is going to be put in place to provide incentives for companies that employ fresh graduates. The commitment that we have made that we're going to restore teacher and nursing training allowances is non-negotiable. We're going to do it. And in doing so, we're still committed to our program of free senior high school education for all students at that level. We're going to give priority focus to agriculture and value addition in agriculture, because this is a quick win with direct benefits to the majority of the population in terms of incomes, lower food prices, and jobs. And a concerted effort is going to be made to deepen the process of women's involvement in the country's politics and economy. We're going to continue with the initiatives that led President Kufuor to establish the first Ministry of Women's Affairs. Gender equity is a cardinal concern of our time.
Okay, so thank you so much. We see we summer Nana Akufo-Addo dankwa to Ghana for enim ebra yekupe omo fida the young executives for a year one dinner dance so register code was there live now on the security 7 now mo the militants MPP mo kwaku na mo hwe ne manyina it was successful though. Richard.
Yeah, Kuku.
Back to you again. My bound champion.
Okay. Anapay yebeda yatifu nyina ase omo a eti Naspa radio ewiase afa na nyina say amanfo nyina ye krado mayemfa aseda emma the production team mo timidi sa ensempai ebre Ghana fo senior say
Naspa me say adebo nyina what's the sound near there?
Yes, sound very clear. Say enutira make say before say make so mini kan fa asida emma Naspa senjrofu mutimidi ensempa no say wo say wo hwe yina the way sound bite no so clear and so clear fantastic as if say someone I cause you was almost studio ha and omo edin sempa no eba. But so sometimes we sound bite for Ghana na aye noise bi a unti edu be kura unti asem ni yi but we need to say very clear into no yebo abaso ne and such a very unique Yaudia Ghana for. So mo 18 na 80 and 7
one wo share na Sport TV no one wo tin say me no asema make catch on say Kaswa barrier bus na say VIP bus if you Accra call I think say from Accra Kumasi and say either way Jatum Debra pa VIP bus me hwe sin na I'm say from Kumasi and Accra rather me sure I mean in more Accra there but mean to me and chair papa but say Kaswa barrier not any Kumasi coin so yeah any Kumasi Kaswa yes Kaswa from the other way around okay in the same way ejadem ed into abusia obibi Kaswa two coin and two coin from the Takrade side be over there na so be our friend now ubisa say Richard back to you
now medical mada production team for assistant Kuku Spencer executive producer Juwapa wa koye edi amagana fo ayi nyina yiti no yiti fefe some de me kobi enti don ka me fa say aka hu yen se me say ti but yeti fo a ewu wiase fa ne nyina eti ade na udum say sound bite no so clear in fact Kuku nyamishira wo sacrifice also sacrifice ama Ghana enye MPP party but even Ghana se Ghana fo a omo so ntimi ama bia omo wokruma se nyini pa nyina na etimi kobi omo antimi ama nyina udi ensempana ma ono nyina so 18 pepepe sene efata yedam nyina se afen so ye papa na nado dango agufo ado ne yere antibeki ye chia omo nyina ne captain Kuda no mde samre de omo bo makete mu a omo nam omo du Ghana anase omo ye du Ghana na Michael Ansan ne MPP Alex Dade fundraising committee header ono so ede esempa nyina ebreyen ma odi nhihye pagu akwam edi fundraising for the executive forum baso ma Ghana for so we nipa buy no do so pa and we kra no just £100 per head and so we nipa buy ya na we say amanfo wo oman ho do papa se Ghana ebitima kudi nipa papa for nsem na oman atima san afa ntoma pa efra na the only man who has got that mantle and the vision for Ghana is Nana Adonanko Akufo-Addo ono ena owo sa vision na obetimi unlock the potentials of Ghana eni ejapade Nyankopon edi aman no Nana Akufo-Addo ebetimi unlock sa destiny no ama Ghana fo enya adea benefita oman no ewo na nso yehu enam amambu boninti ene mekotia yesi John Dramani Mahama otimoto so ena police for escort no what a laugh otimoto so or say or a young man otimi obedima ride bike but that is not the issue Nana Adonanko Akufo-Addo ba ha no or the was consistently so mutia papa no anytime he's had the opportunity and the NDC 44 almost train the manifesto of MPP no de kwayo modie but Nana Adonanko Akufo-Addo 2008 yeah campaign unfortunately you know when bagia asema waka no the same consistently nano exercise the only nano asesa a obeti say John Dramani Mahama ni incompetence no krono a obo ma no eno na we say hoda de bia obeka bi edeka ho but apart from that the policies are or they are to nyinara he has still stood by his policy or defending any opportunity platform bia Nana Adonanko Akufo-Addo bako gira so bia no oka e kire Ghana for say me ba mamambu no ebeye krabehwe mamambu no ebeye yebebi mu ato ama bia ehu say onu amu no ebe declared himself say me ba mu no we ne kura me enti no consistently Nana Adonanko Akufo-Addo say waka no say wo a woni say oba na baamu na wo be pesika no eno de anka wo private sector because ho na wo benya opportunity na wo dey make sika identity na wo kana sa or kana say wo benya opportunity ni say the climate for entrepreneurs any business opportunities no obe making it so unique. Say you don't have to suffer. You don't have to know somebody. Say unimu obi ansana ya ma contract. Unimu obi ansana ya ye say omani sikano obe useful for the betterment of Ghana. Na Ghana for ehu dear omani echo over and over, then and then. Now what ye what about to say na yedu, say ni yedu. Obey industrial revolution. Industrial revolution say businesses, any companies. China, why is China succeeding? China for succeeding almost didn't say. And can nipa mu dogs in ewiase nyina. China can swallow the whole world. China bet man many ewiase nyina. Over 1 billion people. Now so and then China has become one of the powerful business center in the whole world. Because omo bane ba so no China for empany for tenasi and omo ka say ye no ye doso emu ne bedua e say ye dua millions of tons and say enko for timenye bi adi enti no omo bie kwanto ho say obi a opese oba invest wo China bia no e bia $5 million na ye the amount enti wu kuku na expenses ya we good on IT you know na aban no afro se bra uwremu a ya ma $5 million five improve on communication na the also nim afoye na ya ma $5 million the onim carpentry ya ma $5 million the onim what technical ya ma $5 million the onim bank do ya ma $5 million ena mo ayesa ama China enti abani de ne say even though obe yes so and then bibia koye Ibrahim China for the American o bi ekwa na abane ti ho gugu abano e ho na wafo nipa ma kwan ama obi ti fa Ghana for kuku be fi nipa be 1000 na ba ko so afa nipa be 1000 na ba ko so afa nipa be 1000 enti na China for enya juma eye but where there square pegs in round holes abaya osisu a whole parliament of Ghana akrem fidie ya krem fidie ni baya na secret na president John Dramani Mahama afre onua na odi machines na ama onua Ibrahim and Ghana nyina all government projects has to go through Mahama Ibrahim Enti Ghana, where are we heading towards? Ene odo na yi a emusi ye na efide a abayakra nye di ma Mahama enua yi friends Ibrahim obeji mfidie se ode ti odo na nim. Odo na yi I understand say it's over 18 feet deep. 18 feet. Ibrahim Mahama no ebeji sa adwuma yi no otimi eti be just about 9 feet pe otimi dredge only about 9 feet ewi akiri na John Mahama ati oman check no was sign no aye ne blank open check na odiamo onua without any supervision obi an supervise no ono aye to ne satisfaction enene 1 year along the line odono na enti anya dwuma ese eye na nso so abrante agi ne sika eko ene ensuo asate eto enura ne ne ene so yesinsuo eguso eto all over all the apart from interchange like main road e call airport ne sa major roads no eye clear no en kwan akwan ya ni nam emfikire wakra nyinara ateche ni gata ena ato ayemhyehyɛ ato Ghana for so wo abanya only foresight 1 year ensu ato na ayira fa ni manfo over 200-300 people achi te say enchidam excuse me to say achi ni achi te say enchidam ana impunam Ghana for life is worth nothing to John Dramani Mahama. Ghana for life is not worth anything to John Dramani Mahama. And a krona akoye Ibrahim Mahama Sule Garba why Mahama. And Ghana is being run down by unqualified people, square pegs in round holes. And along the line, na Ghana edawa ene ensuo say a boom pena Ghana for eyam hihyiom 1 year 12 calendar months etwam Mahama with all the money at his disposal. John Mahama has no excuse to tell Ghana for say the omane eduno. He is a failure. Ghana is in crisis. Wa failing oman Ghana. Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo say me ba me di enhyehyɛ pa ebegu akwan mu. Ma ban mu so beye clear. Say o ba ma ban mu because of say corruption and now ekwa betimi enrich yourself within 1 month 2 months. Better go to the private sector. Private sector. Hold your alcohol. Because I'll be a business friendly. And she shall probably go a crime. And she said, "Utimi, in your contract now, ya now Ubetua will taxes Utia." And I say, when she shall pa, me dear go a comamano, Ubet me the Nyosika. But so over MPP, Mima administration, would and you'll be a wrong place for you. This is the leader who has consistently spoken on the same thing over and over and over again and again. Onkofa MPsa afeni eba school di omani sika nimu no ni esan de omani sika edi hwe amanfo school yentra play mu emra abrochire emesua de whilst maintaining their position. That is John Mahama administration. And they say Ghana ye wo aba wesi your man so a ebere na Ghana afa ne ntuma pa afra ebere na ekom eni enipa o Ghana na ne bodie enwa kwa atwe e Ghana banchi yenka. Is this so shameful? Edie ben na eti bayira humamu a ama bayira amo akese wote o mamu na ministers ye wia president funny dear we edi we nam ha na we di we nam sahi na we di ni nam fancy brohafu na we di ni nam ha na Ghana no a Nyankopon ammo ye ohia man na upon all this ye hu ehwa no ene enkranfo eyam hihyiom enso epitipe na amanfo eyam omonsono eguom yam. Enti Ghana for opportunity is coming again. Say a year November 7th, a year December 7th. Abato time no eba. Na Ghana for madwimo Harry. Mwankasa mu president ne say mu yare erefie. Oye mu den kra no a you forget. Idua or the bentua or the manches or the gari or the anwa or the emo or the 50 Ghana or the babesha also or tibi manwa. No weni aji se utumi ne kura no o san e da kwakoto aduane waye Jacob ene Esau e komunti na ni pani ya nyame de ma no o se ne mame ayi bi ni na me fa me pani ne ema wo pani de me fa nya hwe Ghana fo ye ntimi transin ya o ye man no enya omie ohia man o man ya Nyankopon edo ye nti odi asomdue amayen o man ya Nyankopon epe ya semunti odi efuma gudie nyina amayen o man ya Nyankopon edo ye nti o se odi oil abeka yen hu e kire yen se nka Ghana anka ye wie anka o man no kanya de se Ghana ni kura etu kwan se o man no ye hihye man ni yi a Ghana ni would not have to travel so or nam Libya na ebi omo ewu nsusu bebre uncounted for eni nanu nansa na Ghana for hu ekoka adwamu e wo Libya over 300 Ghanaians. Busam say, what has happened to the fate of 300 Ghanaians? No?
Well, Richard, my Mindy Juma Graham Brasso, Richard Sakodi and Yatinika, young product chairman and Yatinika, no, Obi gas Richard Sakode the Obana ka Mahama and they say did cry and I so Jerry cry in home fee. And they will be as well so eka. But my mission let me activate 4 lights in my for 1 hour we are for the Universal Refugee Moa na osutumi frɛ. Oh America 347-878-1912 347-878-1912 or London 0208-144-8198 0208-144-8198 na yendi enkomo video ma Naspa radio. On Skype, naspa.radio on Skype. I mean, Kodongo Kaya, I was so in Kodongo, what to say? Bonnie, any macro.
Yo, cool, money, Juma. And I paid you, match out no match at Tifu, Miniana, not number 4, and Minia Mataro Jarito. Eda, Nanado, Danko Kufa, Joe, Edomati Papa. And there, Wakasa, Metina, Utimu, then a 4 pa, Papa, we say, Yanfa, a memoration in Sa. Yen try and share. Ghana for them, giving the air train. That's a bako, Hokaya name, they'll say, Abba. Asambako, Mukita, about 7 excuses. It would be a way, and I am fat. When I choose the government, why you're very confused. You see, when we hear the price, you're the Ghana showman, but they don't know what to say. Only say, I'm 24 friends, you spent years and I'm going to know. Rollins got the same thing. But some are confused to do. And that some back will be all the kind of different thing. And then the church will be a contum for. A church direct to sell me a contum for. I hear the Ayaka, Nanado, Ghana for the Sramo. Put them on and Sa. You see the difference. Now, sir, Okada president way there. Unlike I said, he has been tested and proven to be a failure. What very? And to the old now say, yeah, for the motion and son, Kuko, you have to be the big Ghana for. Yeah, the fall of the winter of the call. Now, Kuko, be the some Korean. I mean, and you may born on what Ghana time, Benny issues, the fearful clear. Or Washington, yeah. You don't have any issues. Live from the studios of our live radio. And you know, Obi Abetin yet out to hope. Papa. And you know, Obi Abetin. More support to you. And you may 8 o'clock. PM Ghana time. Any issues.
Thank you so much. Kolongo, I see Papa and I say, oh, there. You may want to know pass live from UK. Maybe I want to know me.
If I show a penny edition, now to say, Cuckoo.
Bonini Marco, my dismal.
Oh, but you mapa, necessarily move to New Jersey foot, Papa. Now, Orlando Mudaho, now a Catana burning in Ano, a Mudaho, Papa, or Fidia Nidia. Oh, yeah, the whole way, number 1. I mean, now the Academy, the best of us in Actuaso, now Fidia do a Placico, and I'm our person to it. I mean, the born and a Kufuado. Dr. Baum, and any team in our battle, Yamisha, yesterday, who be scheduled to be now, the catching me up on who say my phone in one fan or see a few book or dear, making a jetty, now but I catch you or DC or into your Bataminka, they were by my friend, Yamisha, what is bye bye.
It has see Papa sounds so afraid now, boy, about so I see you will be at him. I mean, call I see a Dubois for her, I mean, I see Dubois for any income. I see you want to say. I see Dubois for Timika.
Yeah, cool. Good morning.
Good afternoon, Orlando. Mind you.
Hello.
I said to mind you. I said to Tiaka. Well, what drop her mano are into me and the reason why to your drop her mano. My main call Ernest Bogos. What to say?
I just Bogos answer.
Bonnie in my quemo.
Now I said your mammy bro, your customers never do Johnny.
A very day, yes, I'm
a boy. Oh, we have a statue of Abraham, and I said, you would be a baby and who be a bogo.
I mean,
they say, I tell that farm, I cook with me now. Me now. Cool.
Yes, sir.
Oh, says, I do away and yet, Yakupo or soon a bit Mishrawa.
I mean,
or more who buy. Yet, ye need a draw, you need the amount, no boom. Yakupa Catahopa Bono. Eti edro wi ati nyina
ami
kuma me muso asemo ya na on se ma se hu se Mahama be London na Frank na waba no abekasa ya na akatua ti no yesa na se die ntira
no ye wasema wo abisa
o sa se musa ku o sa nipa ya tinika e wo ma ti se mama ha ma papa pelu aba naspa oho eni edi na ya kase da ndc fo wo mu sinya correct nya dia adi nyina wo mu nya wo mafu enu wo di nam sa pepe na akwa na wono so all the American wo ye hwe kuku wo dia me kasa kwa chi hwe na kuku adu ba ye hwe tema na de to ho hwe ensem no apa ewo mu enti mahama benya sa adunu e dia aka sa asem e dia che Ghana fo wo mra mfiedu a woni atamesu na adi di asu ebi sida
okay
eso no na adunu ma adi o ma ya akro no bo so ho etu dia misra adi di ka akra ma antia obi abtia ba ya o mi chia ikono wo ka ya mi chia na ansa no obi a ma ta Richard mi chia mo
ila se thank you so much so for that chia ibinum so na se ya o de papa ebusu so timi kan baby will be aba so fra o America 347-878-1912 347-878-1912 London is 0208-144-8198 0208-144-8198 on Skype is naspa.radio naspa.radio on Skype Twitter we to me follow on Twitter handle naspa radio guys so we be follow on Twitter on Twitter video ye nyina no be nyina on Twitter I share others here so na say Cookie Spencer on Twitter me stop papa so very very important so be follow so our accounts quite why not so be follow me ba che no amashi hello me ba che wo me ha me so your friend say
hello
I regret to say
oh okay your friend me crew me se busu afo nyina
what you so
me fe wala yisuda na last week me try see the boy for offer picking up me ben pa
all right
ami hono na ma try so for me ne do for me de nyame ase
ami
mo se be break but ni me pa say na entu waka try ye gidi di aboa wajuma no ene chebi library no ana fe nana de no mpo ai de be ko Ghana ndie ye founding member je no de wa ma fella no e be tumi dia famo so dia ko bi e bia famo so ene na mpesi mi hu mi nsamenya no me bia menya dia frɛ privately na se bi sa wa me be brewa ya brewa be boa
obi be frɛ o
no nti na me frɛ
but that's thank you so much Ibrahim be frɛ
all the time me frɛ wa ya na me drive see am drive be bia me na mo kra reception very bad
all right yeah that's it thank you so much Ibrahim sani
private
Mate Ibrahim be frɛ why but that's papa Ibrahim be frɛ so see na on the wedding komo but that's my main boachi ho ewo Germany boachi Germany what to say
me hu ye pa na wo so
boni enima kwa mu boachi
yo mdawase na akwanya odi amami na machi atifu nyina me nra me ti say president o Timoto so chi ati a o mom sua fa o mo papa on se president na wa ye Ghana for say obi a o ma me de wa ko school na wa wie school wa nya adwuma na kom de o ma me oni baby da na ma me betune nyamu anu wu no wu ya wako hai ambulance akoto fundaka 20 million ahai kanopi ni nkonya atoto tonsa edia ye o ma mieye sana mahama odi ye Ghana for ni sisi chese ensio foni pa shini pa fini watna wa ma fifu frasia bansia sia fa nkofo foforo no wura tena moto so se me chiachia o mo ewura nyankopon chese mi gwa me tia se
ka okrom kasa no boachika okrom kasa no mame why Bruno ena me pese mpenti
wo se aya me wira ho sense kone aya mahama bani odi Ghana for faswa senti be giri Ghana for ho nsuro fani pa awu shenanu mamiya nsuro fa ne bai inti mahama se ya di moto ko chia mame no ni bana basina bana me gina wa mentiasie nso sa Ghana for na bi basina ko gina wiye mu ato aba amasa ni pa wiye papa nyami huni pa mobo why wo de manfantia ne fa bi foforo ni November ye nyina e be ko Ghana ho e be de obesi ho.
But thank you so much. Boachi na see you the papa. Bye. See you the buffo. Mate you.
Yeah, cool. Good morning.
Good afternoon from London.
Yeah. Michelle, Masarita, Michelle, Kono, George Michelle, yeah. Agata. Na cool.
Yes, sir.
Sai president we pardon no question you. Maybe never we dia sa abofra. Na dia na mihu ni sa ade no. Wa mre eni onyaye, wa mre presidency no, wa mre because of dia from Obama. Papa ni ma wo ye na enye kra o se o ni pe dia. Ba ni asema me bi da do mama anopai ni se. Bi bia o wiase mu e be sema ko. Bia o wiase da onyango pasam eni ade a enti ntwam nkoda. Na oso oye Kristo ni pa. Eni ma papa yi ye bia ntem se oye Kristo ni na asema me bi da na se o nhwe yi. Now can see the door gas no saka na gine. Yes. And now onyango pon beba. Na bibie ni a o wiase a entwam ba onyango pon sam de entwam.
That's thank you so much. Mami call Ejanim what to say?
Gugu me huyo michia bebre.
Akura mi jozo.
Mechia na sa mechia kono kaya. Ene chairman sakode. Mechia atiefu nyina so. Kuku ade ba ko ha me ne sa abato na ye baba tu yom se December 7th. Ba san ko fo we mi yomu ni. Because ye bu bebre akwa ko register ye pese ye ko to aba. O ba hwe no ma sa change date no e de ko December ti be pese. Abo confirm the correct date. No wo bia hu. Because omo mo so mesesa o ma no. Bi se ye obo hye ni abre. Ye hu a kira amanfo komo Ghana. Ana afa so no ye to aba asa da no ye to aba ni wie. 12 no. Omo to aba no. Omo che e ma de san e ma mo san ko loko ballot box no. Say a police for anko wen. Say Ghana police for ye to so omo ya kromfo. Ye be say this time no omo ba ko dan eniema ni. E di say ye to na say ya to nyi ye nyina be siri pe. E ba ma da kana si ho, ballot box na si ho, am ye siri pe, am ade a chen ya to aso.
Okay, thank you so much. But let me go back to Mr. Richard Sago there. Now, on to Richard.
Yo, cool. Oh, say, the passionate course I'm for a year call a bahina excel say Ghana Edda Sankufina Akumaso. Because you share man, I may say, Mahama only excuse be our catch Ghana for say, when and a crunizing. It is say, yeah, Utimutu Sua. Udimoto and Namwin. Not just a cruna or Ghana for. Maybe that's the way I see it. Or Ghana for because they're all panel, Nensa Akawi. But yano, ye perceive a catcher John Mahama say. Dear Winyano, ye senwa on Franco when you're more than enough. Because Oba, you know, Nakatia, Otimi Etomo over 3 years. Over 3 years, 120 million. Sa in female, waje sika yemfa nkoye diabetes center $40 million sika no ayira ehun be fa empoano se ko mu yi apofo no eko no ko yi nam ne ade ak yenye be se cold stores ne ade ewo mpoano efa bi mo abod motors ne yemfa enhye omodwuma no mu kina over $53 million sika no yehun be sika na fa enti na ye kase Mahama oni excuse bia okache Ghana for say ni enti no na sika na enim abaye otimi ko bobusia na busia no a ensi hu eda ho eye owo busia hu si ezi hu na otimi eyi sika no ko ma private bank se onyi sika no emfanto na fe onu asan twa ne ho akosa bank ho e bu sika no mu bisia at a higher interest. And you are not for assembly, uti assay, and now dream Hussein and ye. President, all left and right. President, I want not the say, Sika, Yankoji Busia, what Bobusia, and the Tragan and Wishia. And so can you know a bien way and a correct. John Mahama the entro and nada and odi ebuma Ghana mine. And I say, Neno. utimoto so ensu ato ayire fa womanfo eku nipa over 300 million 300 people, excuse me. Na utimi emfa nhihye bia nwakwam timi nya hwe na afi ba kwa samba na ensu esa eyi including your own party headquarters ensu ayiri awura ho na omte na ombo ye bo mahama safohene ganafo kayefo amutie minnuanum votarians minnuanum amuwo esrem yesrem wara enadamre no atwam Ghana enye obi ena beji Ghana asi ho ede amaye e wo se yen me ne wo ene e beji yeman asi ho ebinma ayo madwen se yempene ema enhihyepa enkoso wo manim yempene ema moma entimi nko school free na musu mani abete enu ntinu ekwa bia omefa so a enkwala ne emayo ne emrante enam krum bechiri ebetima ko school enya adwuma pa ye no ye ma na ema so na nadran ko akufo odi enhihyepa ewo ni tirim waka over and over yegusu ye ka kire mu nyamadwen mu simadwen pi se mbeto aba ede ama na nadran ko akufo ado na ontimi meji Ghana enfri enkwasom ohia eku koto etu awie kese so saa ohia no papa yi a osi ono o mepe sika anase o mepe ejapade enfa nkohwe ne yere ne ma na emmumu no the ordinary Ghanaian, the ordinary child onam Ghana ena ede papa ya koma so enti Ghana fo yebukotoje de sramu wonkoto aba enfama na nadro nkwakufu ado ne wotime baji Ghana every enkwasumu a yekum eniema na do beko Ghana ekodu Ghana port untimi nyi ne ya so duty chenchirinche dia toso se obeko na obesa babium na untimi sam babium inform ho. That is the government oba ya o say I care for you, better Ghana agenda. John Mahama say better Ghana agenda. I care for you. And I care for you. Do they say it again? Single digit inflation. Single digit inflation. And inflation, you know, and I said, yeah, way, the way go kwem, there be a runner NDC for the enema go kwem. And so, and Yamano Emiduda. Inti Ghana for ebisadia yebusamo sra yesremo ene se abato a ebaso no mum si madwin pi na munkoto abapa emfama na nadon kwakufo ado ono de o classmate o de bia me ba me kam se na nado o classmate mumu sa John Mahama say o classmate bi oni classmate ana oni adwin pepe biara e de ma o man Ghana na dwuan se onfa ohia ento oman so na onamba bia amanfo bukotudwe akọ ne nchen yakosre efiri nsem na so wodi nhihyepa egu akwan mu a you don't have to go to somebody or know somebody and sana wanya bibi na nadan kwakufa do consistently waka se Ghana fo abato a ye koto no mo hwe mo sitrem se wutimi hwe wo yire ne wo ma na wo nchire wo dia koto aba no efa ma John Dramani Mahama na se wangasa wo hwe wasitrem ene ekomu a edimu na no ye call party na aduane a aka asie nko a ye koto ogu na ye trust ne adwen ye manga na ho se aden na Ghana are finding itself into the wrong hands. Na Bible say se onipa bonifo besi ebedi oman so a oman no esi apenie oman no ekọ ahoyehiem eni ahokyere yedane ni ahwe oman Ghana it means Ghana for more bre. And this is about the time nyame ama kwan se opportunity emfie na ya san ba biem ama ye bekọ abato so na fe montra se na mo hwe masetina ene mabrabom Ghana for adasunu emfie nan awure emfie num abanu gusu e promise oh me say me tumwa ena mema mo better service John Mahama me say na ne teacher ma no e de say owo epieba abonti a eyemienu etwuko mu na e baako. That is John Dramani Mahama, and Tro will never leave him, and Tro and Pananum da and the promises I have directed, I have instructed. Then Pierre na Mahama directed and instructed. Nothing is going on. Ghana is not developing. Ghana is in a standstill. And until a month for your body runner, Muntiana Asupam.
Okay, but I said, my main call, my last caller for the day, Lee, Lee, Nicomo. Lee, I had to say,
Kuku Nyayan now, so.
Nyakupon, Ishame.
All right, we didn't check us here, the more than Mount, Ebermount, Nami Dibiama, German Sakodian, Nana Sana, Ibrahim Numina. Kuku, you may be Kosovo, Ghana. I am, sir. You're penny for to say Christian Council, ni Peace Council, no opinion leaders, ni Muslim Council, and I say Islam, you know, so Obier and Anotumnoka. Oh, Holuma, oh, here, a static free, Yankasankasa, your penny, MPO, JB Dankwe. Ama Falcon Swak won a second year kuno. Besine, a seminar and a Hokuasa or court, Yehuniako. Nyowo Upper East, Olusia Kofi, as the good so, Besine, a seminar and Hokuasa, Yehuniako. Yankasankasa, MPP for your office. And call for a woman you soldier phone your police with the police car and soldier's car. I should military uniform. Abaho, Abbey, Yama, what say a Yama, the cop. I said that the two Abegu Honum, Besine, Yehunri, conform with your Tony Adibu Yehunri. Gloria Kufu, Yadia Samo Kokotwa, petition choir, Amafoko Boran office, Equatus, Yamania do, Besine, Yehunri. Nani Yankasankasa party strategies. I okay, empty Dambutri, Amafo Honum, Aquasis and a laptop, and Nibibia, a Honum, Besine and Tonri. I dare any other Soren Swan, and yet Yankasankasa, Yan Nipa in charge of trade and industry, a like Martin, or those where Consocosis and a laptop, and then a tablet in a what can I agree with one who said, yes, and so be say John Dramani Mahama, and in the national security for the SRD. Nanyama Moye went there, Chinano. I will be over the warrior then operate. And Yama Moye, and who fast for Benedict Blow. Ghana 40 more bread, in 4 and conform as a 5, and as a 6 near tree, or Munyama, in swap for Munyamani. No, what must man conform where I conform one of my choirs, and will cast them in the name of arm robbers, acquire the will cast them. Oh, I ever can't see what I got to know to soon as no other tomb, send a by to Minka, and Yaman Aban, or Papa Trap on Coso, or Papa Trap Camel, so, or Patru Giant so, and fire. Nia can say, Yakupo and Sasso say, I fear you better sound, you better sound. The letter commissions will come out. Yeah, come what to say. Near Supreme Court to Cayenne, and no, yes, it's already doing so. So, Umpo, a command, no demand, order is a command. The same thing, no Kaya, Supreme Court, who will get a hot car there, John Mahama winning 4-5 with a 5-1. Yeah, get home, the same thing is also get home. Yeah, come on, Mati. The what percent or man, if I am to a papa near the Friday. And you more money money because near person in a money message be in MPP force and I'm laptop and mobile phones near the more to could be a was so their manifesto. And no one thing was to a year because the Vietnamunya Munya Yakati sa oxygen near the mom Yakati in Tabam Hochemo Park. Like I had a party Yankaka to hold on. Just a letter chairman near secretary, near see a suspend room you knew. Now the day be a John Manon, if I'm hoping manifesto so your private son, your parents, because you all know none of it to you. I then the house said the mobile and a mocha. No, no, Yasa someone to Ghana for a common idea the Ghana for about time was and find the hospital near the no. And was a monk, name say who moto now what transfer. Yaminka Kashanko do. Now the Bufaqua now what could you do for Medasiku?
Well, Mr. Thank you so much. Also, a friend on here didn't come off, of course. I'm saying they had a bit of didn't be serious. I got the can because I never first here now or China. So what would be able to
the American say, in fact, the Lee as some of the kind and American credit, the association of the Manoa Abbey. And they say, saa kro no a yesi
sorry mami twa so me ba cha so wo obi a wo ho na se wo dan a me so papa wo dan a wo London bia wo North London I mean North London titu Edmonton Seven Sisters infa mo ben I mean obi pedan which one afford up to 350 a month or 400 a month it me ba cha so wo dan a why not mo na so over free naspa na only edin komo ana say we say me sabi you say be count me san count na abarima bi pedan pa serious why say papa school near on pen ho asem oni girlfriend dey make oni girlfriend there be why o me hard dream why that's Richard
yo enti no dey make an say na obeti ya dambotwi na yakoni fie na yakwakoro bo no asesa laptops yanka say nua samia oku amafo ewia ne laptop instead ansa na trade and industry yi ma say nanado ebaba mu a line kojo chichematin ne laptop wa no so amafo akronfo akọ ready no asa ne nema nyina hwe say ahine yanfa manwo a wo yire ho ekwaje kantan so a untimi enye ma ne yi enunti say ukofa alanchematin ne laptop say because what he say nanado aka say obey the trade minister just say enema wo mu no mu betimi afa enema wo mu nyinara but you cannot implement it because you have no idea unnim kwan ya ofa so a odi akwa ne knowledge enti Ghana for we nyina ne amambu a ye ka ho asem a na mo nte ase mo mfa we entum hufu say aban no a osisi no oni enhihye papa bia de ma oman no we failure John Mahama a failure Ghana for and it's about time say mo so mu be nyina esifom ana be nyina si nchen na de obetime bu oman ama nyina eho atoyen yenye yasumdwe yenya ennabi ada na ukoda wada ene am robbers etu amanfo so atise police na yi shoot no e wote bubukwa mu ho ni nyinara kyerese ahokire wo kuro nim no am robbers nso so etake advantage eno mu repu nkrofo ene ye ku nkrofo ade bechi ade besa yakun obi wo ha yakoji adwadefo hu sika ya ambushika ya just ni nyina se nipa no omo wadwuma eya they will not do all these things because sani me nyina eya ahokire a ewo kuro nim no na masa ni me nyina abaso enti na kuku na me se anopai no ba bia ye de ano ebesi ene de se de ye ka che Ghana for say Ghana fuwe e chopa de sansere mo nkoto abapa emma de owadwempa e de ma oman no na Ghana ntimi fa ntuma pa infra.
We just thank you so much. Me that's it. Give me sound. Okay, so that's thank you so much. I will see you in the BC. I'll change my aduma. Let's have a video. Bye bye.